The Federal Nationals leader Michael McCormack has defended his predecessor for intervening in the New South Wales abortion debate. Barnaby Joyce has been criticised by his state colleagues who even discussed trying to expel him from the party. Let's go live to our political reporter Eliza Edwards here at Parliament. And Eliza, it was quite a strong defence of Barnaby Joyce from Michael McCormack.
That's right, Kieran. This abortion debate that's been dividing and consuming the New South Wales government has started to really drift into the federal sphere. State Nats are unhappy that Barnaby Joyce has strayed onto their turf by robocalling residents and making very public anti-abortion statements. The Financial Review reporting they even went as far as to discuss expelling Mr Joyce from the party. Deputy Premier John Barilaro, he's been the most vocal critic. Earlier this week, telling Sky News he was unhappy with Mr Joyce's actions. But Federal Nationals leader and Deputy Prime Minister Michael McCormack, as you said, Kieran, he defended his colleague and also endorsed the New South Wales Premier's decision to delay a final vote on this abortion bill in the upper house.
Well, Barnaby's free to speak his mind. He's been a freely and publicly elected official. I'm pleased that the State Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, has delayed it somewhat to seek more consultation, to put it to a parliamentary committee. I think that's really important. It's what should have happened in the first place. This was done in way too much haste. The fact is, it's a big call to ask him to not stand in the National Party anymore, and I certainly wouldn't do that. I think he's doing some very good things.
And Eliza, the Deputy Prime Minister has also finally addressed those comments about the Pacific Island workers, suggesting that they would survive climate change because in part they pick our fruit.
That's right, Kieran. Michael McCormack today really walking back those comments he made last week that were caught on camera, essentially saying that Pacific Island countries would be okay, would survive climate change because their workers are sent to Australia to pick our fruit. These comments were perceived as insensitive in the wake of the Pacific Islands Forum, which really had a focus on climate change concerns. Now, nearly a week after making those comments, Mr McCormack has issued an apology.
Well, look, if any insult was taken, I sincerely apologise. But the fact is, we'll always be great friends of the Pacific Islands, and certainly we rely on the Pacific Islands. We rely on them largely. And I come from an electorate where there's a strong horticultural section for which couldn't operate without the labour force that is provided by the Pacific Islands.
But the former president of Kiribati, he hasn't accepted Mr McCormack's apology. He was speaking in Parliament a little earlier and described the comments as unhelpful.
I didn't think there was a call to make that kind of statement. It didn't contribute in any positive way to any kind of relationship that Australia has with its Pacific Island neighbours. And so, quite frankly, I don't see the point of the comment being made in the first place.
So perhaps signalling that these diplomatic tensions with some Pacific Island nations could continue, Kieran?